Hi, I'm Joy and this is my channel Yoga with Joy. So this practice is all about the abdominal muscles and pelvic floor. It's a core strength practice, the core being your amazing band of muscles all around here and your pelvic floor. So we start by building up the inner core muscles with pelvic tilts and some very gentle exercises. So that's your pelvic floor and the layers of muscles right inside, so the deep muscles. You've got 4 layers of muscle, so really the inner muscles. And then we move up, so actually we do start targeting some of the stronger or more external muscles that you kind of can feel a lot more. The rectus abdominis here, like your six-pack, and around here your obliques, your transverse. So yeah, there's quite a bit of strengthening. So just take it easy and do it at your own pace. If you've suffered any abdominal weakening of any kind, for whatever reason, then yeah, just take it easy. Make sure that your back isn't curving on the mat too much, and you're gently pressing the curvature into the mat to hold your abs nice and strong. So it's really about ab strengthening and not about hurting your back at all. And of course, take it at your own pace, and I hope you enjoy the different exercises. I use, or you can use, a rolled up blanket underneath your head or a block underneath your head. I actually don't do it in this one, but sometimes I do. A good little trick is a block in between your knees for the first couple of exercises that we do. It stops your knees from moving outwards. And if you don't have a block, that's fine, but just making sure you keep your legs nice and straight, hip width apart. A soft ball is also quite good, kind of like a soft ball about that big. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this, and let me know how it was for you in the comments. Love to hear. Okay, see you soon.
Oh, radiant sun, pure consciousness, flaming orb of truth and bliss, remove the veil so I can see, illuminate my heart, awaken me.
So for this core strength yoga sequence, we are lying down. If you wish to, you can place a blanket underneath your head. I'm not going to for this particular one, but you can if you want to. It's quite nice and comfy. Roll up blanket. And we're going to need a block handy. Wonderful. So if you don't have a block, that's fine as well. Okay, so your knees are hip width apart and your feet are hip width apart. And if you have a block and you want to use it, you place it between the knees for this first exercise. So we're going to start with pelvic tilts, which is a wonderful way of strengthening your abdominal muscles, but the really inside layer of abdominal muscles and your pelvic floor. The hands by your side with the palms down. Lift up the toes and gently soften them down. Lovely. Rest here for a moment, softening the shoulders, the face muscles. You have your eyes closed. And take a breath in, expanding the belly. And exhale. Notice how the navel gently drops back towards the spine. So in this practice, you can either breathe in through the nose or out through the nose, or you could breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then take a breath in, opening your eyes, and then exhale, gently tilt the pelvis, and that's just your coccyx and your sacrum. So all you're doing is lifting up the pelvis a little bit, so your bum kind of moves up off the mat, and you're lifting up your pelvic floor. So for a woman, that's the virginal canal, or for a man, that's the perineum area, the base of your body. And then inhale, releasing and relaxing back down to a neutral spine. So your spine is in neutral, so you might have a little gap in your lordosis here between the mat and your body. So exhaling, you're pressing your lordosis, the curvature in your spine there, into the mat, lifting up. Coccyx and sacrum, lifting your bottom off the mat. Navel's going back towards the spine, so the belly button sinks back towards the spine, lifting up pelvic floor, abdominal muscles. And then inhale, back down and back to neutral. Breath out, so you're breathing out, lifting up. Navel back towards the spine. Inhale, relaxing down. Can you see how I'm tilting? Exhale, tilting the pelvis. You can squeeze the block. The block helps you stay hip width apart, your knees. Inhale back down, because otherwise it's easy for the knees to move out. Exhale. Lift up pelvic floor. Inhale back down. Exhale. Lifting up, lumbar spine into the mat. Inhale back down and releasing. We'll take 2 more of those. Exhale. Remember, soft toes. You can even lift them up. Inhale. Wonderful. Soft shoulders as well. Keeping your face muscles soft. Exhale up. Wonderful. And then inhale. Back down. Perfect. That's great. Okay, so for this next one, you can keep the block in here actually. So maybe we'll try it with the block if you have one. Otherwise, yeah, if you don't have one, it's not a problem. So this is the pelvic clock. So we're moving around the pelvis like it's a clock. So this is, down here is 6 o'clock and up here is 12 o'clock. And you're gently moving over to, from 12, 1, 2, 3. So the left hip is 3 o'clock. Then it goes 4, 5, 6 o'clock down the base of the pelvis. Then it's 7, 8, and 9 is the right hip. And then 10, 11, and then 12 is up here again. So for me, 12 is round about my solar plexus area. Okay, so we'll have a little play around with that. Use the block if you need to, squeezing your block. Feet hip width apart. Exhale, lift up pelvic floor. And then you're doing the same, like a pelvic tilt, pressing lumbar into the mat, and that's 12 o'clock. And then with the breath, move over to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So you're tilting the right hip off the mat a little bit and you're pressing down your left hip. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock, you're arching your back a bit. See, I've got an arch here. Then over to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. See, I'm lifting up this hip a little bit. And then over to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then back up to 12 o'clock. Loosen your feet, your toes. So you're tilting up into the pelvic tilt with your lordosis pressed into the mat. And then relax down. Wonderful. Okay, let's go the other way. So up to 12 o'clock, exhale up. And then with the breath, so breathe quite naturally over, but as you inhale, you're down at 6 o'clock. So up to 12 o'clock, exhale, then over to 11, 10, 9, that's your right hip, 8, 7, 6, arching here, 5, 4, 3, that's your left hip, 2, 1, back up to 12, pelvic tilt, and then relax down. Wonderful, that's good. Okay, we're going to go the original way one time, and then the other way one time, and then we'll we'll leave it with that for today. So I'm just going to call them out and explain less. So 12 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, and then 12, up at 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, and then back to neutral. Wonderful. So do visit that whenever you would like to. You could spend a little while on that one. And if, it can be hips can be quite sore. And we hold them quite stiffly. So let's bring the knees into the chest and give them a little rock around. Just from side to side. And then place the hands on the knees, opening up the knees. Exhale, closing them together. So circling now, you're circling knees. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, closing. Wonderful, that's good. Perfect, and then the other way. Inhale, opening. Exhale, closing, massaging your back. That's nice, good. And place the knees together. And then, as you were before, but without the block in between, knees hip width apart, feet hip width apart, hands down by your side. And these are called knee drops. So you're going to drop one knee out to the side on the exhale, lifting up pelvic floor and abdominal muscles very carefully. And then inhale back up. So I'll turn here so you can see. Exhale over to the side. Inhale up. Exhale. We're doing the right leg first, if you're copying me. Exhale out, lifting up pelvic floor and gently engaging your abs. So take a few of those on your right side. Exhale, dropping the knee. Inhale up. And then back to neutral and over to the other side. So exhale, left leg out. Inhale up. So you're only dropping it as far as your body can actually hold the posture. So we're not dropping up really far. We're not going into the hip. This is actually just your pelvic floor and your abs are holding your knee. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Very gently, very slow. It can actually be really strong on your abs if it's something you don't do very often, or you've recently had a baby, or you've had quite a few babies or something like that, or you just have for some reason you've got quite weak abs. It can be really strong actually, in a very subtle way. Because these are the inner core muscles that we're dealing with, not your six-pack on the outside. And then bringing your knees back to neutral. Wonderful. And the knees in for a little rock around. That's good. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to do little knee lifts, I call these ones. So exactly the same position, palms down. Take a breath in, and then exhale, lift up the knees. The right knee. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down and touch your toe on the mat. Exhale up. Inhale down. You can feel it. You can take your finger here and feel that you're engaging So as you exhale, pelvic floor, abdominal muscles, feeling it's nice and strong. Exhale up, inhale down. Wonderful. Perfect. Now if you're a kind of organised person, you'll be counting right now. I always go with feeling, like how much I feel is okay. So, but if you feel like you want to count how many you're doing on each side, please do. So exhale up, inhale down. Remember on the exhale, lifting up pelvic floor, feeling these abs nice and strong. Inhale down. Keeping your lordosis, that's a curvature in the back of your spine, flat on the mat. So if it's you're arching like this, it means that actually this is too strong for you, or you're bringing your leg up too far and the leg down too low. Exhale up, inhale down. This is stronger than the last one. The foot that's planted down, soften the toes. Lovely and strong. Remember, pelvic floor, abs, really pressing your lordosis, the lumbar spine into the mat. Exhale up, inhale down. Wonderful. Then bring the arms out and just gently rock from side to side. Wonderful, that's good. Okay, great. And then the knees are up towards the ceiling and the hands by the side, palms down. Taking a breath in, exhale, press the lumbar spine into the mat. And on the next exhale, take a breath and exhale the knees up. And we're just going to hold the knees here, flexing the feet, nice and strong. This is the outer abs you'll start to feel here. This is your rectus abdominis now, which is your six-pack abs. So really tucking in your tummy. And hold yourself here. Soft shoulders, soft face, strong abs, pressing your curvature into the mat. Holding and then releasing down. And on the next exhale, tilt the pelvis, pressing your lumbar into the mat. Inhale, exhale up the legs, so bent knees, hold, flex the feet, hold here. Strong abs, so really feeling, keep feeling like they're not on their own. Remember that your abdominal muscles are not on their own. You can support them with your hands, you can just give them a bit of love and attention. Soft shoulders and face, tucking in your tummy, holding up pelvic floor, strong legs, feeling all of the muscles here working really hard. Inhale, and then lower down. Wonderful. And then bring the knees into the chest and have a little rock around. That's great. Hard work, eh? It just definitely builds up. And then placing the feet back down. Okay, wonderful. So we're going to lift up the right leg and gently circling the leg around. So again, of course, lifting up pelvic floor and making sure that your lumbar spine is pressed into the mat, circling one way. So this is wonderful for building up inner core muscle strength. So the last one, we really went for the outer muscles, didn't we? And this one is inner core muscles circling around. You can even play around with moving the leg down if you're feeling like that's a little bit stronger, if you're feeling like you're okay with that. Keeping your pelvic floor nice and strong. And then bring it back up again. And then the other way. And if you want to, try circling round and down. And then up the other way. Fantastic, good. Nice, yes. Keep going. And then release down. Wonderful. Okay, planting the right foot down, lifting up the left, and having a little circle. Down. You can stay up here if you want. You don't have to go down. If this is enough, just stay up here. And if you're feeling like you've got the strength in you, bring yourself down. Wonderful. And then up, and then down. That's great. Nice and strong. Feel your abs. The further you go down, the stronger it is. And then the other way. Make sure you're softening your shoulders and your face. Keeping nice strong abs. Pressing the back into the mat. And then up. And place the legs down. Bring the arms out and have a little rock from side to side. That's good. Now our final exercise is what I call abs twist. So this is, nice little intro to it from side to side. Bring the knees up. And here we'll keep the arms out. Bring up the legs. And you can actually have the legs straight to begin with. So, nice and strong, isn't it? Let's hold the legs straight for a moment. Goodness me. And then we're going to move into the abs twist by keeping the right leg straight and the left leg bent as you go over to the left. Really be careful here. Make sure you've got strong enough abs for this one. Breath in, back to center, and then over to the other side. Straight left leg and bent right leg. Back to center, over to the other side. Back to center. And other side. So when you're over to the right leg is bent and the left leg straight. Comes up to center. And when you're over to the left leg is bent. And the right leg is straight. If you find you're doing it the other way around, it's okay. It actually still works and it's quite nice. And you can lower them down if you need to. Be careful of your lower back, because I've got weaker core muscles. Well, pretty strong, but they've got separated core muscles. So I don't go too low, because I'll make sure that otherwise I get arches. I get an arch in my back too much, so you do be careful. But you might be okay with going really low like this. So check in if you're okay with that. That's strong for me. So bring yourself back up. One more time on the other side. Exhale over. Inhale up. Tuck in tummy. Exhale over. Inhale up. And bring the knees into the chest. Lovely. Have a rock. From side to side. And then we're going to relax down for a little bit in Shavasana. So the hands are out by the side. Straight down on the mat. That's good. Completely relax here. So if you need to have bent knees, please do that. Or you can place a rolled up mat, if you've got another yoga mat, underneath your knees, or a bolster or anything like that, or cushions. But the main thing is you're comfortable and you're not hurting your back at all. Giving your tummy a bit of a rub before you completely lie down. Might want to have your knees up. And then really relax. So this is a chance just for a few moments to fully relax your body. Completely soften. Just be here. Be here now. In this moment with total, full restfulness. Feeling yourself completely soften into the mat so your whole body is relaxed. And then please stay here if you need to, because that's quite a strong abdominal practice. Otherwise, follow me by bringing the knees up and coming onto your side. But if you ever need to rest longer than I do in the videos, then please rest longer. And gently moving up into a seated position. We'll rest for a moment, shoulders relaxed. Soft face and jaw. Give it a little wiggle around. Scrunch up the face and relax the face. Take a couple of natural deep breaths. And then hands at the heart in Namaste. And of course, Namaste. And thank you for joining me in this ab strengthening practice. I hope it really worked for you. Of course, you can opt out of any of them, skip them. I'll put the chapters at the bottom, so you can always jump ahead if you find one of them too difficult or anything like that. And yeah, so nice to have you. And yeah, please subscribe to my channel. That's really helpful for me. And you can, like or comment this video. Comment on this video. I love your comments. And see you again soon. Bye.
Flaming orb of truth and bliss. Remove the veil.